Hey guys, what's going on? It's JCWgamer here, and I haven't been on YouTube in a while, right, or Twitter, and I just went on YouTube, searched up Ruin, see if anything else has come up, and I saw there was some people saying about the release date. I was like, right, Stillwell's put something up, haven't they? I've got my notifications on for Twitter on my phone, but nothing came through from Stillwell. But when I did look on their page, I did see a tweet, and it was like half an hour ago from when I actually saw it. July 25th is going to be the release of Ruin. It's really weird, actually, to think that we're actually going to have new content for Security Breach. I mean, it's been so long since we've had anything new for that. I must have played through the game so many times. I know where all collectibles are, and I mean like the prize boxes and messages, whatever you want to call them, same thing. It's actually mind-blowing that instead of going through the same thing over and over again, we're going to have new content for it. And it's a sequel that we're receiving, not a prequel, although I would be happy with that, like if we were playing as Vanessa or even with Cassie. But no, okay, that wouldn't make sense with Cassie, I don't think. I mean, they could make it make sense, but either way, we've got a sequel, and that's definitely something I'm more happy with, because I prefer sequels over prequels. And I'm not talking about Star Wars, because I've never seen it. All right, I know people say, what is it, the sequels or the prequels people prefer? I don't even know. But anyway, in regards to anything, I prefer sequels, okay? Because with a prequel, we already know what's going to happen in the future. If we look at the picture here, when I looked at this, I just pointed out the characters. I was like, cool, done, let's start recording, because it's an exciting picture and I'm not going to give away too much. The only thing I thought there was going to be, okay, let me just go through the characters and I'll just go through what I was about to say there. So on the left here, we've got Monty and Chica. I'm going to call them Ruined animatronics now. Ruined. Okay, so Ruined, Monty, Chica. And on the right here, we've got Ruined, Roxy, Moondrop. Yeah, Ruined Moondrop. We'll call him, yeah, because he's half and half. But in this picture here, we can only see, is that half? No, sorry, we can see half and half. What we're going to call him now? We've got Sundrop and then Moondrop, but now both of his faces are on show. So it's like, what are we calling him here? But we've got Ruined Sun slash Moondrop. All right, we'll go for that. And Roxy, by the way, at first glance, I generally thought it was Burntrap. We're not even going to call him Ruined Burntrap here, because when we do see him in the game, which I'm sure we will, you know, it's the main antagonist of the whole franchise. We're going to see more of him. To be fair, actually, he has a different name after every time he gets burnt, right? So we've had Springtrap, Scraptrap, now Burntrap. If he gets burned again in this, Ruined Burntrap? I don't even know. He was already ruined to begin with, but the other animatronics wasn't. But yeah, at first glance, I generally thought this was Burntrap. William Afton. So it's not, it's Roxy. With her claws here, she looks absolutely terrifying. All of them do, and it's definitely going to take more of a horror approach here. I think that one time we got this screenshot here before Halloween, and we thought that was going to be something to do with Ruin. I think this was kind of our first teaser for Ruin, because although they're not going to look like that, obviously, yeah, now we've got the trailer and now this picture, it still looked like a little hint for it, because it was something that was not in the main game. Now, that looks like our main cast for this, but I'm sure we're going to see Freddy again. Obviously, we're playing as Cassie. Gregory, we're going to see again. Burntrap, like I said. Vanny, I mean, definitely Vanny. We needed more of her. She had more screen time within the trailers than the actual game. It can't be the VIP ending. If it was, then Vanny would have been unmasked. However Vanny appears in this game, because I know we get her mask at a point, she has a bunny suit on. She didn't have her like original How Wanted mask on. You never see, okay, maybe she has that on underneath or something, I don't know. However Vanny comes across in this DLC, we'll instantly know if it's based after the Burntrap ending or the VIP ending. Nah, it's got to be the Burntrap ending. Then the post-credit scene also doesn't make sense. You know, where you see Gregory and Freddy sat on the hill. Unless that post-credit scene doesn't matter. Yeah, that's weird. Did I get scrapped? I don't think there's anything to... I mean, there could be something in the background. I don't think I see anything here at first sight, but they're definitely, like, you know, the entrance of the Pizzaplex. That's where all of these characters are here in this picture. And the thing that I was going to say at the beginning here was, if you actually look in the background... I'll just zoom in what I'm about. They look like eyes, but it's definitely nothing. It's definitely nothing. It's just like dots. I mean, look, there's more over here. There's just two conveniently next to each other here. Looks like eyes. And now that happens with a lot of pictures. People overanalyze it, especially when it comes to horror. I'm sure it's nothing. And even if it was a pair of white eyes, I mean, it could be anyone, right? Actually, I don't think anyone has white eyes in the franchise. Okay. Oh yeah, and something else to mention, free DLC. This has taken them so long to do. I think they're releasing this ahead of the deadline that they initially thought they were going to release this DLC at. And I believe they did say that they are releasing this DLC ahead of the deadline that they originally had. Well, I don't think they had a deadline. They just mentioned some time back about this DLC was going to come out a lot more earlier than expected, right? it's still crazy to me that we are getting this for free. I had a little theory that I thought it was because Help Wanted 2 is coming out at the end of this year, so obviously people will have to pay for that, but you're spending a lot of time working on this DLC, so I have no idea why they're making it for free. I mean, it could be a similar thing with, you know, with Scott. People had to pay for FNAF World when it first released. I never got my refund, but he was refunding everyone because the trailer was different to what the game's release was until he updated it after a while, and he eventually made it free, and he said he'll give away refunds on Steam, and you can just get it on Game Job. And I think you can still get it on Steam now, yeah, for free. Could be wrong. That was very generous for Scott to do, even though he is only one developer, but still could be because a lot of people had a very buggy, I mean, everyone had a buggy experience when this first came out. Even if you're playing on a very good PC, PS5, it was a poor experience for most people, even if you bypassed that and enjoyed it. Even if people got soft locks, or maybe until they got soft locked. This is another fear I've got. Maybe that's their way of saying sorry. I don't see Security Breach as a failure. I absolutely adore the game, and it's definitely one of my favorite games, although it isn't perfect, but what is. Overall though, we have not got any further looks at Help Wanted 2 yet, not even a exact release date, but that's absolutely fine. We know it's coming out at the end of this year. That's something to be excited for, and we've also got the movie that literally comes out October 27th. This is actually another thing why I think it's free. Just make just title this video theories on why Five Nights at Freddy Security Breach's DLC Ruin is free. What they did with that teaser I showed you guys earlier, they want to advertise this game as scary. It does seem a little bit kid friendly when you look at the pictures for the game, the key art. So they released that before Halloween, so a lot of people make this purchase for when they're looking for horror games near Halloween. It could be also a thing for, like, if you are looking for that horror aspect and you don't find Security Breach too scary, this DLC, which I have no idea is actually going to be downloadable content or an update. Technically updating is downloading, but you see what I'm saying here. I think they're making this expansion to the game into one, but I do think it's meant to be Stillwell's way of saying, okay, so this is a horror, by the way, this is scary. So as with this teaser here, you can see it's a lot more dark and gloomy. You get that horror aspect with the game as well. I mean, this DLC looks a lot more darker, scarier with the animatronics appearances and that. Yeah, you can't complain that Security Breach isn't a scary game, as this is a free DLC and technically part of the main game. All right, I wonder how Sundrop's gonna work with this though. Yeah, because he's part of it and he's meant to be friendly, right? I mean, he's still scary, but in the game he was scary, but he was friendly. Okay, so the final thing, guys, I do want to say is that I have been playing a lot of PC recently, and I have got Security Breach on Steam just in case that I can't play on PS5 on release. Now, the reason I say that is because my controller is completely and utterly fucked. Right, I had stick drift to begin with, so when I was trying to do 50-20 mode, which I've done by the way on Ultimate Custom Night, that was a struggle because I did that with stick drift. The stick drift has gotten a lot more worse now. When I plug in a mic, I think it's the controller, it's just so distorted and it makes this distorted sounds most of the time. That was alright to begin with, but that's also gotten worse. It's just unplayable. So unless I can find a way to, because that'd probably be better me playing my PS5 considering my PC is not the best, haven't upgraded in 5 years, I will need to plug in a keyboard and mouse somehow. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that, right? Is that one USB slot? Or you're kidding me. Yeah, my keyboard and mouse is separate. I need 2 USB slots, which I'm pretty sure most keyboards and mouses are. So yeah, I might have to play on PC. I don't know. I might, unless I can get my hands on a controller first, because I need it, because I've pre-ordered a game which I want to do a series on, Telltale, for this month, and Spider-Man comes out October as well. October 17th. I keep getting mixed up with the FNAF movie and Spider-Man 2. October 27th is the movie, October 17th is Spider-Man. But yeah, check out my previous video if you haven't. You'll absolutely love it if you enjoy Outlast and you want to laugh. It's more of a comedy than a horror. I've made the video. It's definitely one of my all-time videos, okay, on my channel ever, because of how much effort I put into it. So I'll put a segment of that video on screen now. Right, mate.
I can't. Whoa, run faster. Why would you block me in here?
It's probably because I was speaking, mate.
No! Stranger danger!
Mate, I can't push him or anything.
Yeah, of course you can't. He's flipping Andre the Giant.
It's the BSG, mate. He's not really friendly, though. And this is a teaser for my upcoming video. Oh, I don't like... Do you know what? This is... I don't know what I just tried to open that. Yeah, that was scary. Anyway, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. And 25th of July, 10 days away. I cannot wait. It's really not even that long. That's absolutely insane, man. And yeah, I'll see you all then. Take care. Guys, as I was editing, I just missed this, which is very, very important. A message from Ray McCaffrey about Ruin. Real quick, I just want to point this tweet out. Mr. Beast, whoever has the most liked reply to this in 48 hours gets all of my revenue for the next month. And then Still Studios responds with, and the winner won't need to spend a cent on Ruin since it's a free DLC. So guys, on the official website here, Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin, free security breach DLC, July 25th. Okay, so I'm going to read this here. This was released just before midnight. This is really interesting. I've read through this. We get a bit more info on Ruin, and this is just insane. Let's just have a look at this, all right? Hey folks, the time has come. Ruin will be available on PS4, PS5, and PC on Tuesday, July 25th at 12 AM PST. He's updated that, and I'll tell you how I know this, because I was just watching Dorko's video as I was sat on the toilet during my editing session. It didn't say Tuesday on here, and it didn't say 12 AM PST. Maybe Ray McCaffrey saw Dorko's video. Dorko was like, there's no time, so yeah, he did mention that, Dorko, so that's probably why that's here now. So wait, 12 AM PST, okay, so 8 AM Tuesday it releases. I'm not going to be sleeping. I'm not going to be waking up early. I'm going to be just awake looking at the time constantly until it hits 8. Anywhere else in the world, you'll have to translate that. I'm not the best with translating time without using Google. So yeah, anyway, so Ruin is a new story that follows a little girl named Cassie as she searches the crumbling pizzaplex for her friend Gregory. So confirmed they are friends. Since you've all been so patient and we've got a couple of weeks left, I want to give you all a sneak peek of what you can expect from this free DLC. So this makes sense of what I was saying earlier. First, its tone is a stark contrast to that of Security Breach. Our goal was to lean into a more familiar feel Freddy's fans have come to expect. And in that effort, we've created DLC that's far more dark, dreadful, and ominous than the base game. Dreadful, huh? Curse of Dreadbur. Additionally, given the dilapidated state of the pizzaplex, Dorko can say that right, I can't remember if I've just said that right there. It's claustrophobic and littered with the ambience that naturally and unnaturally comes from an abandoned building. There aren't a bunch of massive, well-lit areas where you can see and avoid a threat in the distance. That is... okay, in addition to the tonal shift, we've also moved away from the hide-and-seek gameplay of the base game. Ruin's moment-to-moment is built around patience and timing. Now, I'm gonna be so bad at this with my ADHD. This is why I was actually like decent at the original game. I had moments where I got killed, yeah. Patience and timing, voice break is not my specialty. But the fact it's brand new and they're going for something new and it's not gonna be repetitive. Damn, I still can't believe this is free. And after thinking long on what we want to share before launch, I'm actually going to leave it at that, a cliffhanger. Our trailer only showed off a small fraction of the fun, and words won't do the rest justice. As I said previously, the DLC is going to launch on PS4, PS5 and PC. The Xbox and Switch versions of the DLC will be released at a later date. It was more important to us that we focus on a few specific platforms to give ourselves the time and space to work on what matters most, the game itself. It makes it seem like Xbox and Switch is more of a priority there because they're going to get the best versions. They're going to get it when it's all fixed. I take it they're implying, you know, when this releases it's not going to be perfect. Hopefully it's not as unplayable as when the base game released. I cannot overstate how much the team here appreciates the patience you've shown us as we've built a game that's nearly 100% new content. That's so mad, man. I've said it before and I'll repeat it forever. Oh, I love that. Without all of you, we can't do what we love. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for helping us make our games what they are today. Even though you edited this, Ray McCaffrey, there's no space there. This is a massive year for FNAF, so expect to hear more from us in the near future about our upcoming plans. Thanks, Ray McCaffrey, executive producer, Five Nights at Freddy's. Upcoming projects. Now, that says to me they're already thinking ahead of Help Wanted 2. Maybe more Security Breach DLC apart from Ruin? I don't know. I'm so glad I didn't miss that out. It's like, okay, you know the screenshots that we got in Dorko's charity stream? I think he was doing a charity stream for the Trevor project like he does every year. Stillwell was giving him, like they did with the base game of Security Breach before that release, they were giving him screenshots, exclusive screenshots only for his stream. When he got to a milestone with the donations, he'll release a new screenshot. Now I was looking at these, I really didn't think it was worth making a video one. Although we're getting new areas, there was some screenshots that was interesting, but not enough for a video because there's not much to talk about. It's just all of the locations ruined and new locations, yes. Nothing worth talking about, I think. So I left that. Not hide and seek anymore. Patience and timing. That is going to be insane. And I cannot wait. That's going to be a problem for speedrunners. I felt like the first game was patience and timing, but you could just run if you wanted to. This, you're going to have to be patient. It will technically make the DLC longer for most people, right? If it requires a lot of patience and timing. Nearly 100% new content. He's not giving away everything. We don't know how long this is going to be. This is taking as long as the main game to come out, I feel. I wonder if it'll be as long as the main game, if not longer. There's no way a DLC will be longer than the main game. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I will leave Stillwall's website here so you can, well, this link here in the description below, and Stillwall's Twitter. Subscribe if you're new around here. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And I'll catch you on the next one.